The mission of K to College is to ensure that students have all the materials they need to achieve academic success from kindergarten through college. Well, a program like this arises only out of necessity, and there's a real need for this program. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist. It's that simple. You know, the state of California has well over 3 million students enrolled in the free or reduced price meal program. That means there's well over 3 million students at 185% of poverty or below. In California, especially in the metropolitan areas where these students are concentrated, such as Los Angeles and the San Francisco Bay Area, that is dirt poor. I mean, we're talking about having a negative balance at the end of every paycheck. And so for us to think that parents are going to be able to provide, you know, $70 worth of materials that these kids need just to get through a semester is completely unrealistic. K to College started as a student organization my last semester at UC Berkeley. And that was just sort of one of those, what am I going to do with my life moments? I'm graduating, oh my God. And so really what I did is I approached some of my closer friends at Berkeley and told them that I had this idea to start a new nonprofit that would be education oriented. At the time, it was more geared towards scholarships. It was a 100% volunteer-based thing. You know, in January of '09, we had that little pilot at the South Y where we distributed 300 kits. In January of 2010, we had 16 box trucks go to the Student Union building at UC Berkeley and 600 student volunteers take those pallets apart and put them into 10,000 school supply kits. And then a couple weeks later, we did the same thing at a warehouse in Martinez where we had community volunteers do the same thing, except it was 16,000 kits. And so now all of a sudden there was over 25,000 school supply kits going out to a dozen districts in Alameda and Contra Costa County. It was generating a lot of buzz. It was in the spring, which was different because people don't usually do that in January. And so it kind of caught some people off guard and got them really excited about the fall, which, you know, led to the 150,000 that we're doing now in Alameda, Contra Costa, and San Francisco counties. We realized that, you know, if this operation gets any bigger, it's going to be too big to manage with volunteers. Plus, it'd be asking a lot for volunteers to do, you know, several times that volume. And so we started thinking about, well, where can we get, you know, the labor force to do something like this? One of our volunteers in Martinez was State Senator Mark DeSaunier. He chairs the budget subcommittee that oversees corrections and rehabilitation. And, you know, the idea of incorporating community service into the rehabilitation process had been something that we had floated around. It was about a week before his office put us in touch with their public affairs office. And, you know, about a month later, the first shipments of supplies started arriving there. The level of professionalism they have and efficiency is pretty amazing. Their head inmate is a guy named Silas, and he's actually getting out in a few months, and I mean, he's impressed everybody. He runs the logistics of it. I mean, he does what operations managers do in warehouses, and he learned that there at Cal PIA. It's a pretty amazing program. And then the other thing I would add about it is, you know, all the inmates have to volunteer to do this. They have to get a GED. They get paid more than the other inmates, and every day they volunteer, they get a day taken off of their sentence. And it's not only that, but if you just look at it historically, a lot of the best minds and a lot of the best people who've created some of the things that have shaped our society and who we are came from very humble backgrounds. And so, I don't know, it's a double thing. I mean, when we get thank you notes, it's nice, but at the same time, they shouldn't have to thank us for this. You know what I mean? This is their right. This is not a handout, and it's not a giveaway. This is what they deserve.